reVERB, it's Madison. I wanted to take a minute just to talk to y'all during these crazy and confusing and chaotic times. I know right now things are a little scary and uncertain, and it's really easy to feel terrified and really concerned and to worry. But I want to remind you that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So remember that during these times, that God still has a plan, He still has a purpose, and this did not catch Him off guard. It might have taken us all by surprise, but God is still in control, and He knew it was going to happen. So during this time, I'm really hoping you are staying quarantined and you are washing your hands. But during that time, even more than anything, I really am praying that you guys are trusting God, that you are not staying up worrying, that you are trusting Him fully because He has a plan for this. And I know that can be really a lot easier said than done, but I just want to remind you that God is still faithful and He is still good. So remember that when you start feeling yourself worry, or you start seeing all the news and you start seeing all the craziness, and when all the funniness of the corona meme starts going away and you start actually getting a little afraid of what's happening, remember that God is still in control. That being said, I want to jump into a little bit of what God has just been laying on my heart. When Chad asked me to speak or just make a little video, I was really excited because I just really was excited to share what God had been showing me and speaking to me. And so I really hope that y'all get something out of it. So I know we probably all know the story of Jesus performing the miracle and feeding the 5,000. I think we all probably have heard that in Sunday school, or at least sometime we've heard about that story. But I want to talk about what happens right after that. Right after, Jesus sends His disciples, all 12 of them, He sends them to Bethsaida. He goes, "Go, I will meet you there." And He gets away and He goes up on a mountain alone to pray. He gets alone to thank God for what He just did through Him. He gets alone to just kind of refuel himself just with Him and God, which if you don't do, I highly encourage you to do. I really just believe that there is so much power in getting alone with God, to be intentional about just it being you and God. I highly recommend doing that if you don't. Anyway, He gets alone, He prays, and He tells the disciples to go. He'll meet them there. In the meantime, from the point where the disciples get into the boat, in between there and Bethsaida, which is where they're heading, which is across the, lake, I guess. This body of water, they're in the middle, and it's nighttime, and this storm hits. The storm starts, the waves start going crazy. The storm is just blowing them all over the place. And they start thinking, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. This storm is gonna kill us. They just saw Jesus perform a mind-blowing, you can't even wrap your brain around it, miracle of feeding 5,000 men and women out of 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And they forget all about that. They forget about what Jesus said. They forget that Jesus said He will meet them there. And that's what I want to focus on. Jesus told the disciples that He would meet them in Bethsaida. But when the storm hit, the disciples started focusing on what was happening around them, and they started to forget what God said. He said He would meet them there. And if Jesus says He'll meet you in Bethsaida, He'll meet you in Bethsaida. That means that the storm in between where you were going and where you were and where you're going, it's not going to take you out. And I know a lot of times it feels like storms are just going to take us out, and it feels like, our schoolwork is going to kill us, or this breakup is going to kill me, or me trying to find a job is going to kill me, or oh gosh, applying for colleges is going to kill me. And there's sometimes life is not always easy, and our storms can feel like they're going to kill us, but we forget that God said He will meet us in Bethsaida. So that storm that you're feeling right now can't kill you. because God has more for you. And it's not about what you see, it's about what he said. And that is what I want to encourage you with reVERB today. I pray that you don't look at what we see. And I know right now it's really easy to focus on what we see in the news. And it's really easy to focus on what everyone is saying around us and to focus on all of the bad. But God has so much more for us. If we can just remember what he said and just press into what he has said and what he has literally written down for us to read and to study and to live out. Guys, I just want to encourage you, read this. It is not boring. If you think the Bible is boring, you're boring. It is so amazing and it is living. So guys, I encourage you, read it. And when you read it, maybe you don't understand it, and that is okay. Pray before you read it and pray that God will open your eyes to see what he wants you to see as you read, and ask that his words will just be living, because that is what they are. Guys, this is our key to everything. It is the most amazing thing. His word. His word is it brings so much life, guys. So I just want to encourage you, dig into it. And especially during this time of just uncertainty and fear and doubt, remember the truth. Find out the truth. Read about truth, guys. Press into God, because he does not fail and he never will. He has never lost the battle and he will not start now. So guys, I just want to encourage you during this time of just uncertainty and fear. Press into God. Remember that it is not about what we see, but it is about what he said. And if he has a plan, I promise he has a plan for this. And even though we don't get to see it, we trust him. Because when we trust him, we don't have to understand all the pieces in the middle. We have to believe that he is faithful to do what he said he will do, and he will always work things out for the good of those who love him. Guys, I hope that you guys just press into him and just get to learn more about him. I hope that you guys stay safe and stay healthy. Take vitamin C and wash your hands. Do that. And I'm just praying for each one of y'all, and that God will just show up and show out in y'all's lives like only he can. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.